Continuing our coverage of the upcoming city elections in November, of course, we have one of the candidates running for mayor of the city of Bloomfield, the incumbent mayor in the city of Bloomfield. Cynthia Atencio is here in the studio with me this morning. Good morning, Cynthia. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you. You are running for re-election.
I am.
As mayor of the city of Bloomfield. And so talk to me a little bit about that decision process.
Well, I just have really enjoyed my time there. It kind of is the story a little bit of how it came to be. I was asked, to run before, because I had talked about previously running for council. Of course, I jumped right into the mayor's spot. But mostly, I've just enjoyed it, and there's always projects to be finished and more improvements to make. But I just still really enjoy serving the people, and so I want to continue that.
Okay, all right. Talk to me about some of the things that you feel are some of your biggest accomplishments, I guess, looking back on the last 4 years at least, right?
Right. Well, we've been able to accomplish a lot. I have to give a lot of credit to my city council. I mean, every one of us cares about Bloomfield. So we finished the East Blanco Bridge project, which had been started quite a while back, and then, of course, as costs had increased.
Right.
But that's done. So it's wonderful. We've done some tank improvements on our water tank. We still have another one that we need to replace. We've been able to replace some infrastructure. By that I mean like water and sewer lines. And we're currently working on Size Lane. As soon as that's done, then we'll get that paved, and a lot of people have complained about that. I think that we've just accomplished a lot in being able to create more jobs in Bloomfield. But it's not just me. It's a collaboration of the city council.
Right, and you're looking forward to more of that, I guess,
yes.
If you win election and working with the city council?
Yes, absolutely. So always about economic diversity. We want to do different things. And I know, even though it was controversial, we do have the new sand pit there in Bloomfield, which did create 20 jobs for the local area. And for 20 jobs, that's a lot for Bloomfield. It's a lot. And I say controversial, people had real concerns that I felt like were addressed in a lot of the meetings. But we also have a new company coming in called Gore Nitrogen, and we have a new pop store, and of course, McDonald's.
Right, right.
And so we have some new things coming, and that we hadn't seen. Of course, during my term, we dealt with COVID as well, so there wasn't a lot of that action coming on. But I'm excited to see what we'll get in Bloomfield.
Sure. And I want to pick up on a couple of the things that you mentioned there. One would be the sand pit,
yes,
because it was controversial, and it is going. Is the operation what the city expected and what was told to you of how they would run that operation, or do you have some concerns about some things, even though it's up and running?
Well, yes, and then so we still have citizens that come to us with concerns, so we try to address those. I say we, but we pass those along to the owners. But I think the company, they've gone above and beyond, really. They actually offered to us that they would put in air quality monitors. They would give us air reports. They did do a traffic study with somebody that had worked for New Mexico DOT before, and the traffic study shows that it doesn't meet the criteria for a light there. So a lot of citizens were concerned about that.
At that intersection with
yes.
the other highway, basically.
Arizona and Highway 550.
Right.
Because it is 550, it is a New Mexico DOT decision.
Right.
So
they have certain standards, I guess, they have to meet,
They
right?
do, and actually the guy went over it with us about so much traffic on 550, and that could kind of meet sometimes, but the traffic on Arizona didn't meet enough to do the light.
Okay.
So there won't be a traffic light, but they really have, we didn't know them before.
This company.
Yes, and the people. So when they came in, we did sit down and talk to them, but just because they were a new company coming in. And that's kind of what we do. We're a small town. Once we knew that there was a zoning change that needed to be made, then we no longer talked to them because it would be ex parte communication. So we waited. They had a couple of town hall meetings. There was a lot of concerns about the air and because of the dust. And but I personally have not seen any additional dust up there. And they seem to keep it pretty watered down and wet down. And there was concerns too that they would use more than their allotted water, but they have their allotted water rights, which they purchased with the land, and they've purchased some water from the city. They do have a lot of ponds out there to filter out. They use mostly water and just a little bit of chemical to wash the sand that they do. It's the same chemicals we use at our water and wastewater plant.
I see. Okay. So you're comfortable, I guess, with the operation. Is
I am.
what I'm hearing from you.
Yes.
Okay.
So far, so good. And then, like, they've had people call, MSHA, and they've passed all their inspections. So I just tell them, just keep doing what you're doing. And as concerns come from the people, and that's okay that they keep coming, then we just make sure and pass them on and find out information for them.
Got it. Okay. Thank you for
Yes.
answering that question,
Yes.
because I know a lot of folks like you have heard,
Yeah.
been talking about it and things like that. The other thing you mentioned was the new McDonald's restaurant in Bloomfield. It is a chain, of course, but is that something you hope maybe will spur other maybe national chains or other franchise owners to maybe look at Bloomfield and say this may, McDonald's may be onto something, or what do you think, or even the local mom and pop people that want to open a store or restaurant or what have you?
Yes, all of the above.
Okay, all
and
right.
so we're excited about McDonald's because we are the last municipality in San Juan County to get one.
Right.
Because even Kirtland got one before we did, so I always tease about that.
You're not
but-
keeping track, but you
No,
are.
Well, we are. Yes, we are. But yes, absolutely, both chains and mom and pops. We have a lot of great mom and pops. We have, the roadside restaurant has been there for a long time.
Right.
And it's good food. We have Grandma's Kitchen. We have a new restaurant called Benny's that opened there too, and it's a mom and pop, and it's very good. We had a grand opening for them. So yes, absolutely. Any of those, we have some vacant buildings. We don't have control over those buildings, but we could sure try and put you in touch with those people that could get you in there, and we'd love to see that.
Right, sure. But certainly the city has some control over infrastructure and things like that when it comes to helping a business, whether it's a national chain or a franchisee or a local, to set up shop in a business and
Yes.
get that going, the permits and whatever.
Correct.
All that is stuff that the city can help to kind of push through, or at least make it easier for a business
Yes.
if they want to invest in the city, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
And that's something that you're always willing to do, and the staff at the
Yes,
City Hall?
and so you always see George Duncan, our city manager, and Crystal Martinez, she's our city clerk, and those are the two main people that will help you with permits and inspection, lead you in the right direction for inspections, but they've done a great deal for us.
Sure. You are running in a race with two other candidates, and so
Correct.
talk to me a little bit about what makes the incumbent mayor the best choice in November.
Well, I do want to win, obviously, and I do believe I have Bloomfield in my heart. I don't really know one of the candidates, but, my other candidate, John Mueller, he's currently on my city council, and I know John loves Bloomfield as well. But I just feel like I'd like to continue to do my work, and I love Bloomfield. I love visiting with the people. I always answer phone calls, and if I miss something every once in a while, none of us are perfect, right? But I feel like I still do that. I still get out in the community, and not whether it's election year or not, not because I feel obligated, but because that's where I live and that's what I do, and I would love seeing the people. I absolutely love it. So I really don't know too much, like I said, about one of the other candidates, but I think that's where I stand out, is my personality and my love of the people.
Okay, all right. And if for folks who maybe want to learn more about you, if they don't know enough about you already, or have other questions maybe to ask you about the campaign, how can they get in touch with you? Is there a Facebook page or website, or what's the best way to learn more about you?
Yes, I only have my personal Facebook page, which they can. However, I do have a city email, and it is catencio@bloomfieldnm.gov. If you send me an email and give me your phone number, I'd be more than welcome to call you or meet up with you. But actually, yes, absolutely, I'm always willing to answer any questions, and I feel like I'm always an open book. If you call me and you have a concern, we try to fix it. If we can help you, we try to help you.
Got it. Very good. We just have a couple of minutes remaining this morning, Cynthia Atencio, but I wanted to finish by asking you about maybe future plans. You said there's still some projects or things that you would like to accomplish, which is why you're running again. Can you give us some ideas of what some of those things are? Is there any
Yes.
big things in the wings or up your
Yes.
sleeves?
So for sure, the other water tank. And we also have purchased extra property. We'd like to expand our river walk. We want to increase our parks department, because always we care about how we look, even though we've talked about before, every main highway in every municipality in San Juan County is a state highway. But that means us working together with the state highways to beautify and to bring better things. But we've done, George Duncan had the great idea of having music in the park, and this Saturday we have music in the park from 1 to 5. We want to do those kind of community things, but we also want to do the big projects like the water tank, like replacing water and sewer lines. Like I told you, we're doing Size Lane. We're also going to do on Jordan, because those are things that are failing and we need to keep up with. So sometimes it's equipment for our MOC, which is our Municipal Operations Center that takes care of our streets.
Sure.
There's a lot of things that we have that we'd like to finish, but
Right.
it's always time and money.
Well, that's my next question too, but we're out of time. But I
Oh,
know
sure,
that it's
sorry.
hard to. That's okay. It's hard to maybe pay for everything or do everything you want to do
Yes.
because of budgetary constraints and things
Right.
like that. So that's kind of where you are. But you've got things in place and trying to
Yes.
replace some of these things that are wearing out.
Absolutely.
Got it. Very good. Cynthia Atencio, thank you for coming in this morning. Good luck with the campaign.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Cynthia Atencio running to be mayor of Bloomfield here with me on KSJE.